Lime put it down with the bomb. Hollywood and cross Atlantic off a Bunker Boulevard. Every town has a Elm Street, but not a Freddy Krueger. Don't get caught in the jungles or a pork called Lucy. On Rosecrans past Oleander at the light. Tree toppers to the left, fruit counters on the right. One by ones that was our power, slave past dark. And the only other blood hood is Campanella Park. Hacienda Swans, the bounty hunters will call your number. Rolling 30s and 20 outlaws, goosebumps will put you under. Cabbage patches in a port, on report, Athens Park 2. Scottsdale neighborhood, Hawthorne waterfront, all power roofs, LA Denver Lane. This one with Pasadena Avenues, Bloodstone, Inglewood family, the Pueblos, Bloodstone Villas, Block, Peastone, Circle City and Eastside Pistols got it going on. With the NGs, Queen Street, VNGs, ain't no stopping up. Village Town, Eastside, Paint, Crenshaw, Mafia, Bebop, Watt, City Stones, and the skylines. Don't say cuz blood, this is Pyro all the time. West Side.
The setting is the motherfucking runway. Niggas banged up, meeting up on a Sunday. Run across the street just to get some rules and shit. Well, what do you know? A nigga slipping wearing fluid and shit. It's on, I take the flag up my pocket. Wrap it around my knuckles, make a fist, and lock it. Deposit a boat to the jaw as I plug him.
That's the LBC shit. That's the double G shit. Rhyme rocker wise guys. That's the double G shit. Yeah, check it. Mr. Go-Getter, the rhyme spitter. If the glove doesn't fit, then he ask Mr. Quitcher. I'm the good, the bad, and the ugly. I keep 9mm for niggas, me mugging me. Smokey Lane on the track, my nigga did that. Double G's on the mic, nigga get back. Rhyme rocker, wise guys, glow for. We pull up and bust caps like a fofo.
Yeah, that's how it be between you and me. That's how it be.
That's the LBC.
That's how it be between you and me. That's how it be. That's how it be.
That's the double G. Yeah. Double G, better known as God's blessing. Better known as the Herbal Smith & Wesson. Better known as a verbal assault weapon. Double G, be still tempted to wet. Known for my love for Crips and Bloods. Known for gripping pistol grip with glove. Fuck police, they get no love. In my hood, they catching Crips and slugs. That's that Westside LBC shit. When I squeeze, I leave crime fiends quick. Known to kick the ballistics. Sniping your ass up closer from a distance. Niggas in the streets, they call me Battle G. I brand niggas like Angus cattle. Niggas love when I kick that grime shit. Roll solo, cause homies will snitch like mines did. Niggas straight total.
That's how it be.
That's how it be
between you and me.
in these streets.
That's how it be.
That's the LBC.
That's how it be.
That's how it be
between you and me.
all over America.
That's how it be.
all over the world.
That's how it be.
That's the double G.
Yeah, real talk. What up, fam bam? It's your boy Double G, aka God's gift, all up in a place to be. Shout out to my friends, fans, and family, those that truly support your boy in the world of entertainment. We all know it is a world of twists and turns. If you don't learn, you will get burned. Yeah, real talk, real talk, real talk. And, I just want to say, before we go any further, I just want to give a couple of shout outs. I want to give a shout out to one of our podcast sponsors, Miss Yvette Hall. She is the CEO of D&EV's Fashionable Designs and Accessories. I just want to give her some shine. You know what I'm saying, before we begin the show. Because when you see your boy with these accessories on, you know what I'm saying? That's D&EV's Fashionable Designs and Accessories. That's what it is. You know what I mean? And I don't really wear gold, I'm not trying to get murdered. I do live in the city of California, city of angels. I don't wear gold, you know what I'm saying? I'm old school, so I don't really wear gold no more. So that's what it is on the all-new platform called The Show. So I'll tell you what we're going to do, family. We're going to take us a commercial break, and we're going to come back and officially start the all-new platform called The Show. So if you didn't know, you're about to know. Get good.
It's the show. The show. I say bow wow wow, yippee-yay, yippee-yo, family. Welcome to the motherfucking show. Double G's in the motherfucking house, and here we motherfucking go.
Shout out to Double G. Got the radio popping just for me. Man, I love
used to do backflips on dirty mattress, nigga, what's happening?
West Coast,
I don't even know what's happening. I know it be cracking. I'm down with Double G up on the radio.
The show.
Top stank on the lead bass.
Unaccelerated radio.
Yeah, Smokey Lane on the whole thing.
Every Monday at 7 p.m.
All day ready to roll through.
Hosted by your main man, Double G.
This goes out to my friends, my fans, and my fans.
Yeah, 'cause it's the show.
Real shit. Big Ski Entertainment, man. What up, fam bam? Smokey Lane, Rhyme Rocker, Wise Guys, Global, doing the thing. You know it. What up, fam bam? Yo, check it out. Double G. Much love to my friends, to my fans, and to my family. All over the place to be. Real shit. Wise Guys, Global. I love that shit, fam bam. I love this shit. Yeah. Check it. Dig it. I jumped into this rap game and I ain't playing. Lyrically, I'm like a fully automatic spraying, parlaying in the city by the sea. All I really wanna know is who up here down with me. I believe in maximum security. On my person is 9mm killer bee. Hit you with a 9mm trilogy. Chillin', more thrilling than the Michael Jackson video Thriller bee. I gets loco, I be venting in my vocals. I will bust at the motherfucking popo. Most time with the 9, this time with the fofo. My lyrics will never ever be simple as so. I roommate with an AK, better make way. This inmate is still bustin'. Hollow points do love my bustin'. I wonder why police keep fucking with me. I thought this was the home of the brave, the land of the free.
All day, every day, ain't no time to be playing with a nigga like Double G. You stay in your lane, listen to what we say so we can get it right. Family. What we do, 'cause we be doing all the most. It's that West Coast way we living.
It's hereditive, I'm competitive, put you on your back like a sedative. How you gonna pay for the damage? Double G, I'm gonna debit the shit. Niggas will blast in your ass, then laugh and cock back and blast, hit you with a long barrel shaft. Man, this shit is easy. Long Beach need to show me love like the CPT did to Easy. First world frenemies and technically speaking with beef. Shout outs to my brothers and sisters from other misters. God chose to love us, even they chose to distance. They thought they was gonna get away with killing us. They didn't know that God was gonna be refilling us. I shouldn't have to mention that Black Lives Matter. That's the main reason that all has trust been splattered. That's all that mattered. Yo.
All day, every day, ain't no time to be playing with a nigga like Double G. You stay in your lane, listen to what we say so we can get it right. Family. What we do, 'cause we be doing all the most.
It's that West Coast. That's the West Coast way we living. Real talk. That's your boy Double G featuring Smokey Lane. That's right. You know what I'm saying? Smokey Lane done a lot of my hit single tracks. So I got to give my boy some shine on the all new platform called The Show. If you didn't know, you're about to know. That's what it is, fam bam. The family reunion continues here in the beautiful city of Inglewood, home of the radio station KJLH and the Accelerated Radio Broadcasting Network. That's what it is, fam bam. That's what it is. Yeah. And we are located exactly 5 minutes away from the SoFi Stadium, home of the LA Rams, home of the LA Chargers, and that's what it is, fam bam. So we are officially part of the Inglewood family as a whole, and the Inglewood family is growing because they just made the Clippers. They just built the Clipper Stadium. What's the name of that stadium, family?
It's called the Intuit Dome.
That's what it is, the Intuit. See, and if I don't know, I don't want to sound stupid. So I know my engineer knows, so that's what it is. Shout out to my engineer, Rashid, for blessing your voice. Real talk. And I just want to give a heartfelt thank you to a lot of the listeners, a lot of people who take the time to tune in out of very busy schedules to tune into the show, where we believe in connecting positive people with positive people. So that's what it is. That's what it is, fam bam. And on a serious note, before we go any further, I just want to take this time to thank my Lord and Savior, just for saving saving a wretched wreck like me. You know, I've never done anything right, so I'm still wondering. God says, hey, you know, go there and tell them what I say, tell them, and whoever I send there, that's what it is. So that's what it is, and that's what it's always gonna be. So that's what it is on our new platform called The Show. If you didn't know, now you know. So we have family in the building, man. We're gonna go ahead and get to it this evening, man. We have family, you know, and you know, I'm always giving shout outs to this individual because I'm very grateful, you know, and you may know her by the Go to Work lady, and she's a very busy individual, and anytime I can get just a slice of her time, it's a blessing because she's coming here to speak to the family on the all new platform called The Show, and she's gonna educate you because that's what she is, an educator. So how you doing this evening, young lady?
Oh, wonderful. Go to work. Thank you.
All right. So, man, I know you got so many things going on. So what have you been up to lately, family?
I've been up to a lot of different things that we all know. We want to talk about God first, absolutely.
Always.
The blessing business as always.
Mm-hmm.
Earlier today, I did another show with Reverend Shaw, so I'm still in the media assistance world. And another way with dealing with film now, stage plays, writing scripts. So in that realm of the facet of entertainment.
Real talk. And you know what, you know, just to piggyback on the thing you said, you spoke on the stage play, I just want to say thank you for blessing me to be a part of that, you know, just small piece of the puzzle, because man, I know that thing is gonna do big. You blessed me to be one of the actors in it, and just my feedback, you know, you blessed me to give feedback. I'm just grateful for that. So we can't speak too much on that. She got so much things going on, but I just wanted to ask you on that. And the last time, see, because she's been to the show a few times, and every time she's been to the show, I've gotten it wrong. The first time it was 100 and something books. Then, you know, I thought I had the number when I was like, it was 100 something books. She correct me every time. So, Initial, how many books do you officially have out there? You know,
I still have 261 books. I haven't completed a book since I've been here last.
261 books. Well, you know what? How long does it take you to write a book?
Sometimes it could take 4 hours. Sometimes it could take a week, and sometimes it could take a couple years. Absolutely. Wow. So it just depends. Wow.
Because I want to do my what do you call it? Autobiography.
Yes.
Yeah, I want to do that, and I want to do it right. Mm-hmm. I don't want to, like, oh man, I wish I did this. I already know who to come to. So, young lady, why are you such a serial author? A lot of people may ask me, 200 something, she got to be a serial. Anybody do something that many times, they a serial. Serial. You are a serial author. Wow.
Absolutely. Go to work, because I want to do so much for future generations, and oftentimes I don't talk as much as people think I talk. So I listen way more than I speak. So to write a book, or write books, or write journals to propel what I feel and deem necessary for literacy right now and future forward, I feel like I just need to write more books.
Wow. And you are an educator. You know, I know you, I was a intern with you, and I see how busy you are. I'm like, man, I'm an intern, I'm burnt out. I just don't know how you do it. Wonder Woman, like real talk. So, and being an educator, how do you refrain for that thing that they call the 5-year burnout as an educator?
Being self-motivated, absolutely.
Wow.
Self-driven, focused, purposeful, driven, future-forward mindset. Yes,
wow.
Absolutely. Pensively concentrating on different things to make sure they get accomplished.
Every word is impactful. That's why I like, man. And what's the word you taught me on? The plethora. I'm waiting for something where I can say it's a plethora. Our next guest got a plethora of accolades. So I can't wait till he come in. I'm gonna use that word plethora. Shell, you taught me about that word plethora. I love that word. I'm one of them guys. When I learn something, I'll be dying to use it. Why have it? Why learn it? Why have it and don't use it? If I learn another language, I may do that. So that's what that is. I have another question I wanted to just ask you, because I get a lot of emails, and when I tell people who's coming to the show, they're like, ask them this, ask them that, because you're into so many things. How did you get into so many I mean, you have your hands in so many different organizations. How do you do that and still do the Nichelle Farrell thing? How do you do that?
Part of it is because I am quiet at most of the time, and I'm listening, I'm taking notes, and so I know how to make those connections, network with people, and people love to be listened to. People notice that you're observing them as well, and they appreciate that. So it goes a long way. Absolutely. When they know that you're really into what they're doing, you really love them for being who they are and what they're doing, and so it just makes it easy. And God blesses me through it all because it's His energy. Because I couldn't do it all by myself for sure. And everybody in here and across the world and whoever's listening knows.
Man, and you started this stuff. You started a lot of at Accelerated Radio. You blessed a lot of people. It's about time you started receiving some of the blessings back, because you blessed so many people. You taught me radio etiquette. People were like, "Oh, gee, you got the voice. I learned that from Nichelle Farrell. I learned that first impressions on the radio. I learned to be professional. I owe a lot to you, and I just want to, say that live on the air. I don't know if I ever got to tell you that, but I really appreciate everything, because we live in a world where people sometimes don't take the time to bless you when, like Jonah, God told Jonah to go do something. He went the other way. He didn't take the blessings until something happened, and then he went back. So I'm just glad for you blessing the people, because I met a lot of people through you. Here at the Accelerator Radio Network, from Charlotte to even Kevin Nash and Peanut and Keisha Cali, Lady Red Nails, a lot of professionals, Megan Hands, and all the guests who came in. Like I met Tupac's cousin, Apache and DJ King Assassin. I met them on your show. Yeah. Wow, you can't get DJ King Assassin is hard to kind of catch up with, and you
Lord
actually
Jesus, you don't even know how hard it was for me to even introduce myself. Wow. But you know what? Yeah, he'll tell you. I think he said it on one of these shows. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. I purposefully waited till 4:00 in the morning because I woke up early. I text him, I inbox him on Messenger, Facebook Messenger, at like 4:00 in the morning, just to get his attention.
Persistent, and people see that.
Absolutely,
they see that.
And he'd been to some of my schools now and everything.
Wow,
absolutely.
Wow, and also you got another VIP guest to come in, because I was on your show when she came in. You got Eric Wright's daughter to come to the show. Eric Wright is for everybody who don't know, that's Eazy-E.
You was about to say for the generations.
For the generations who may not know, that's Eazy-E's daughter.
Yeah.
And you actually that was an exclusive interview, because everybody couldn't get that, and her mom was here with her.
And it comes from networking. Yeah. Absolutely. And being really, like I said, it's about being genuine. So we want to share what we can while we can. And so at the same time, I was on a mission, absolutely, there's a lot of facets. I could write a book about what I was doing, what my mindset was when I was here at Accelerated Radio.
I heard that. And now, you're steady blessing the family with nuggets. Now you done brought us a gentleman right here who's wise and ways. Man, he's about to bless the listeners, and it's just a blessing, because I've met the gentleman. I've been into down to the office.
He's been on this show before.
Of course. So he's not a beginner. So I'll tell you what we're gonna do. We're gonna take us a quick commercial break, and we're gonna come back and we're gonna bring in our next special guest on our new platform called The Show. If you didn't know, you're about to know.
Pick up the new book, Go to Work, by Nichelle Farrell, that will motivate you and help communities at large. Available now at Amazon.com.
Go to work. We got a new song right here by Double G and Nephew Michael, the one and only.
Yeah. Yo, shit. This heat by Smokey Lane got me deranged. Reckless driving with my woofers turned up in my range. Haters in the game be stressing my name, but they turn up the radio when Double G spitting that flame. I'm the last of a lot. They want my autograph a lot. I seen her tits and that ass as I smashed up the block. She said she was single, so I had to put that ass on lock. Anybody tripping, I'ma hit your motherfucking ass on this clock. I'm king salt toxic. When I was locked up, I used a lock and a sock to knock your block quick. I keep a vest to protect my chest and my best. I ain't trying to be the guest of honor being laid to rest. Niggas is a mess, they will come shoot up your nest and have the nerve to come and pay your last respects with a kiss of death. Here comes the po-pos, ready or not. Red tape, yellow tape, niggas can't leave the block. As the world keeps on spinning, I smile and keep on grinning. That faith in my craft since the very beginning. Positive that sooner or later I'll be winning. Now I'm swimming in jacuzzis filled with women in them. Positive is how I chose to do it. Major heels and drama, damn sure been through it. The day after tomorrow I'm gonna blow up. Ain't no sense in the competition, even trying to show up.
Drop to the bottom, hating don't stop. Gotta know how to block 'em, the game don't change. Gotta know how to make it. Stay away from snakes, rearrange how you thinking. I done been on the block, many niggas killed. Trying to make it for a family, mom foot the bill. You die for a street that you don't even own. And when you hit the pen, a low song is on. Ain't too many niggas left, they locked up in the pen. Banking to their last breath and can't see the end. What's the use to eating voting? I ain't never seen your dreams. Police shooting guns, I forgot about the things.
As the world keeps on spinning, I smile and keep on grinning. That faith in my craft since the very beginning. Positive that sooner or later I'll be winning. Now I'm swimming in jacuzzis filled with women in it. Positive is how I chose to do it. Major heels and drama, damn sure been through it. The day after tomorrow I'm gonna blow up. Ain't no sense in the competition, even trying to show up.
Hey, we are back here live in living color, doing it like no other on the all new platform called The Show. Just had to give them a little something. You know, we interviewed Nichelle, and they didn't know that she also does music. She's a music artist also.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We're gonna bless her with a full shine on the all new platform called The Show. And where can they find some of your music at, family?
Spotify.
That's what it is. And who did look?
Amazon.
What did they look for?
Go to work.
There it is.
You have Go to Work. You have Ya. You have Still Standing. You have my engineer is URG7. Go to Work from
Check
the
that
city
out.
of Ghana.
Yeah. I like that. Still Standing. That's awesome. So, young lady, who's the young man you brought? You brought some family. You know what I'm saying? Returning. Everybody using their house keys. So, who else using their house keys on the all new platform called The Show, fam?
Absolutely. Go to Work. We had a one and only international spokesperson, president of the NAACP for the city of Inglewood, the spokesperson for CCHR, Citizens Commissions on Human Rights.
Wow.
Oh my gosh, and he is a leader, dynamic director, nonprofit organization withholder of so many organization, the one and only Reverend Fred Shaw.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, that's what it is. Shout out to your family. Appreciate you. How you doing, young man?
I'm doing fine, and all those titles just mean I'm broke.
Man, that means you're doing a lot of things, and man, we all got work to do, family. So wow. So the NAACP here in Inglewood.
Yeah, we cover the Inglewood South Bay, so we go into Torrance and Hermosa Beach, and we can take complaints out of all of those cities.
That's real talk, man. And you know what? And that's real talk. There's a lot of people that need to tap in, because we think we don't have no help. We think we just gonna have to be victims all the time. And I'll be trying to tell people, you do have First Amendment rights, Second Amendment rights. You do have a right to do this. You do have rights. And when those rights are violated, there are people you can contact. And so, you all right? What's going on? Okay. Yeah. So it's just crazy. So I noticed this organization. How did you get started working with the CCHR? And what does that stand for the listeners who don't know?
CCHR is the Citizens Commission on Human Rights. I got started with it because my son, when he was maybe in the 3rd or 4th grade, 5th grade, he was diagnosed with dyslexia, and they told me that it was incurable. And so a friend of mine told me, I know a place that can handle it. And they basically handled his dyslexia. So I had the school retest him, and they couldn't tell that he'd ever had it. So then what it made me think about was the fact that if he was diagnosed with something, how many people are being diagnosed with something that is called incurable because the institutions don't know how to handle it. And there's private industries that can handle a lot of these things, but they're not so-called viable. So what happened is they made a mistake, and they told me they wanted him to see a psychiatrist. And when I said for what for, they said to help his self-esteem. I said, I'm his father. I deal with his self-esteem.
Exactly.
I don't need nobody else handling his self-esteem. I'm what he needs for that.
Wow.
See, but they are used to in our community, we give over our rights, our responsibilities to somebody else. But I don't play that. I believe we have the solution to every problem that we face. Right now, if we organize the gangs, Crips and Bloods, we could register them to vote and win any seat we want and get the programs in here we need.
Exactly.
But we don't think like that. You know, when they were doing the boycotts of the bus rides and stuff, we never got the idea with the Marlon Brandos, Sidney Poitiers, Harry Belafonte's, the Charleston Hessens, the James Gardner. We could have bought the best bus line. We were so busy trying to ride the bus that we didn't never get the idea we supposed to own the bus.
Yeah, the black dollar.
And if we'd have did that, we'd have did a whole different thing. So I'm caught in a lot of fields dealing with especially this mental health, because everybody's riding that bandwagon, and mental health has been an enemy to the black community.
Yes, it has.
Yeah.
See, and if we don't do anything about it, then they will overcome us. We think if they make us take a shot, well, you know, there ain't nothing we can do about it. But what about when they tell you got to go get a mental health screening, and now they decide because you black that you mentally ill?
Yeah.
You know, and the brothers that's been in the prisons and stuff, they know how this go.
Yeah.
I'm one of them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Me
so
too.
there it is.
Me
yeah.
too. You know, but thank God it's been like 20 years, but I it's like it feel like it's yesterday. Yeah, I don't never, but yeah, and we know that's how they do,
see,
especially behind the walls.
But see, God takes the stone that the builders reject.
That's right.
To build the new society.
This young man, yeah.
If you ain't been through nothing, it don't matter if I'm a preacher. I grew up in Compton and Willowbrook, and you know what I'm saying? You know, I come from that philosophy that I'll pop a cap and then pray for you. You know what I'm saying? Hope you make it. You know, but we all come from that. But the reason we went through that, because God needed us for such a time as these.
Real talk.
See, and so if we do that and we start addressing the killer of our society, because see, people don't understand when they talk in the Bible about the Antichrist, the word anti means against. It don't mean if I'm in the Nation of Islam and I believe different than you that I'm the Antichrist. No. It is the against. So who's against? The field of mental health. They're the ones that's trying to replace prayer with a pill.
Wow, exactly.
Wow.
And you know, I saw they have what is that? A human rights museum. You know, I ain't gonna lie, I was not trying to go through that museum. You gotta muster up some courage that you don't even know you have to see some stuff that you not gonna see, but it's stuff you need to see because they're doing this stuff and they've been doing this, you know, over a course of time. So I recommend people go to the museum. What's the name?
It's called the Psychiatry and Industry of Death Museum.
Yeah.
And it basically explains how psychiatry has been behind some of the worst atrocities that we've seen, be it the racism that we faced, be it apartheid, be it the Holocaust. You can find the fingerprints of psychiatry on this.
And the same, I mean, it's not a racial statement, but the same race is doing it. You know, the same race. I'm not going to say any names. The same race is been doing the same thing, been experimenting on people. When I saw that they're experimenting on kids, some of the most barbaric experiments, open brain surgery with no anesthesia. I mean, I couldn't believe, you know, some of the scenes I couldn't see. I wasn't trying to see the scenes, especially the ones with the kids. And they had some scenes where they were actually programmed, like they programmed the bomb, the Unabomber, where through the what are you saying, through the mental health. That's a form of programming. They had what they said, what's the name of that movie, The Manchurian Candidate?
Yeah, Manchurian
Candidate.
Candidate.
That's parallel to what you're saying. That psychological warfare that they've been conducting on us, since day one.
Well, one of the things that have recently come out is the fact that all these years they've been running around talking about the chemical imbalance of the brain theory. Now, at our museum, we have denounced that for 20, 30 years. But what they did is they continued to say it, and then the University College of London did a study of 17 studies and found that there was nothing that concluded that there was a chemical imbalance in any brain. So what happened is they were making $15.6 billion a year, follow the money. $1 billion. But they put me and you in jail for being dope dealers, but then they can deal dope that is not based on any science, anything, destroy the lives of people, have kids committing suicide and homicide, and they get away with it because they got this credential.
The pharmaceutical. And when I was in that museum, they used, I think, the T word. They don't use the T word too many times. What's after trillion? Is there a dollar amount after trillion?
A zillion or something?
That's how much the pharmaceutical companies are making. And and then when I went to the section where they showed every single psychotic drug that they're giving to your kids, your mom, your dad, they're creating these situations, and Ritalin was on that shelf. I saw Ritalin, and I remember, my son was, they tried to give him that, and he would tell me, it makes me feel this way and it makes me feel that. Man, you ain't taking it. You won't have to take it. So, and this was like 15 years ago. So imagine the damage they've done since then. Wow, this is deep. So, Mr. Shaw, we're going to take us to a commercial break. Where can they find, what's your social information so they can, tap in with you? Because I already know a lot of people going to tap in and then, do their own research behind some of the stuff we're talking about.
Well, let me just send them to the cchrint.org website. cchrint.org website. If you have drugs in your house, you can actually go to our drug database, put it in there, and see what the side effects of those drugs are.
Thank you. That's what I'm talking about. We got help for you on our new platform called The Show. I'll tell you what, fam, we got a song called Jesus Is Real, you know what I'm saying? And we done been blessed to have the artist up in here. And y'all already know you just got a little sample of that. Real talk. So we're going to take us to a commercial break, and we'll come back and finish chopping it up with the family on the all new platform called The Show. If you didn't know, you're about to know. Get you.
Yeah, man, my Jesus is real, man. I'm gonna tell you what he brought me through. Yeah. Jesus is real, sincere with the gratitude. I used to be the dude walking around with the attitude. Now I'ma keep it real, tell you just what he brought me through. Been shot 5 times, and they thought they had got me too. Now I can take you back to my days on Figueroa. When I had them on the streets, man, I had them on the corner. Came up and bought a house, and I moved out to Corona. From the package I was slinging all the way to Arizona. Now Jesus is real, he done brought me through it all. And took a couple losses, I done took a couple falls. That even hit the pen, me mugging through them halls. And just to get the child, I had to walk you through the fall. Now I can tell you more, and it's all gonna be real. The only way I'm here is, man, I had to take the deal. Now I can take my time and I can tell you how I feel. My Jesus is the only way, I got to keep it real.
Jesus is real. Jesus is real. This for Ricky Harris. I was born with a bad hand. A bad man didn't know about it back then. God's plan, I once attempted suicide. It didn't work, then it had to be a reason, cause his grace gave me work. I done been on my deathbed. Gunshots, couldn't see the devil coming cause my mind's on rock. On my way to doing life for a bag and a murder. Seen the tears in my baby's eyes. She was hurt, so I got on my face and begging God for his favor. I heard the homies laughing, so I prayed with my neighbor. I done enough dirt in the streets and I don't really wanna deal with the soul that I reap. Ricky Harris said it all one night at the church. Me and Hank both smiled not knowing it would hurt. I called the homie home, but I never forget that man. Bless That's me in the church and the Death Comedy Jam. Jesus is real. Jesus is real.
I used to keep the banger on me, feeling I was untouchable. I stayed fitted to get it, yeah, like Heathcliff Huxtable. Cruising down the street in my 6'4", I walked the edge of the razor in pursuit of my dough. I was ruthless, I kept it rocking to the right side. My son had to eat, so ain't a thing I won't try. This lifestyle I lived, it led to prison and back. I was feeling persecuted, yeah, like John the Baptist. My mama used to ask me, boy, when you gon' quit it? At the same time praying for me, hoping I get it. My soul was heavy burdened, I was short on faith. One night I heard the voice of God and I saw his son's face. I started praying for myself and got strong in the Lord, and now I reap a better harvest, way bigger than before. I wear the armor of the Father, ain't no need for a gun, cause I'm protected by the blood, cause now I'm walking with his son.
Jesus is real. Jesus is real.
Yeah, real talk, real talk. Without any further ado, the one and only Mr. Nephew, Mr. #1 in Japan. That's right, fam bam, Mr. Ya. Real shit, real talk. That's my family, man. You know what I'm saying? That's a hit maker, man. He make it famous. How you doing, family? What's happening?
Man, I'm blessed. Even in struggle, even in the storm, I'm blessed.
Man, it's a pleasure, fam bam. And man, you're just doing major things, family, and it's just a pleasure. Just anytime you can come down here and bless the family, man, because we all know God is really doing things in your life, fam bam. You know, every time you come down here, you got something new doing, something popping, and you know, I wanted you to share the good news, you know, because we be watching the charts, you know what I'm saying, the music charts, and why don't you go ahead and share your good news with the family on the all new platform, fam bam.
Man, the good news is, man, I did a song. It's like, you know, I've been a underground West Coast rapper for years. I gangbanged for like 38 years of my 54 years of living. So I did a lot of gangbang records and all that stuff. But anyway, when I got saved a few years ago, I'm like, well, dang, you know, I've been singing and stuff my whole life in church. So let me figure out a way. I'm going to use these same gangster beats, but I need to give a different message. I done put dudes on the turf. I done started new cliques in the hood. I done that. I done ran lines in penitentiaries, called shots in penitentiaries. And I'm like, well, look, I'm like, man, all the stuff I took away from the streets, God, how can I give it back? Right. He said, use your voice as the tool. So since you like gangster beats, then give your testimony on it, man. And that's really what I did. It's like, hey, I'm not no square dude. And people got Christianity messed up. Being a Christian don't make me no punk.
No,
it don't make me soft.
Not one.
It don't make me soft.
Not one.
And if you really read your word like you really supposed to, you will understand that everybody that God used was soldiers. Yeah. From David to Peter.
Because you had stuff to
and
do.
they was all mess ups. So, you know, it's just like, man, you know, this whole outlook. I know we come from the old generation. I come from the old generation of Christianity and pastors. My grandfather started the first church in Compton. You know what I mean? So it's like, you know, Little Zion, the first church in Compton. Dr. W. Jerome Fisher was my grandfather. So, you know, Little Zion was built. I was raised and born there. But I had to look at it. I'm like, well, you know what? This whole outlook that we have on Christianity is like, look, folks, stop thinking that because folks Christian, they supposed to be perfect.
Nobody perfect.
If you really read your word, you will understand that all 12 disciples, they started and walked with Jesus Christ personally. And even when he left here, they still had struggles.
Exactly.
But God used their struggles to bring other people like us that got struggles, dog.
Real talk.
So, you know, I just use my music, man, to give a different message. Man. I have children now. I have grandchildren now. I don't want to keep talking about East Side cripping in the book. I don't want to do that no more because the generations have changed.
Exactly.
It's not even about that no more. So I'm like, look, let me tell you what this got me. Wow. It got me 45 years in federal prison when I was 19. Wow. And because of my grandparents, y'all better start listening to your grannies and grandpas. Because of my grandparents' prayers, not even my parents' prayers, because of my grandparents' prayers, I got sentenced to 45 years in prison. 7 years later, they let me out because they had me under a messed up law. I got out and still was ignorant, still didn't want to hear nothing. Went right back to jail for 2 attempted murders and 3 armed robberies that I was guilty for, and God found me not guilty in trial. So I had to understand, like, you know what, look, let me tell you something. That life that you glorifying or who you think I am on the streets, dog, let me tell you, if it had not been for God, I'd have been dead and gone a long time ago.
Man, you couldn't be as powerful a brother as you are now. You, Dr. Jerome Fisher?
Yes, that's my
That's your
grandfather.
bloodline. That's your lineage. Like Jesus' lineage, you know Jesus'
My
lineage?
mother was his first child. Yes.
That's all I'm trying to say. So that's your lineage.
Yes.
So, hey, Moses got the red stuff on his hands sometimes, you know, doing the right thing or, you know, just in the wrong frame of mind, whatever, bro. But God says no further condemnation. You already know that. So, man, that's what I want brothers to understand. When you do give your life to God, there's no further condemnation. People can't use that stuff against you. Only society in the world tries to use that. So, bro, you are a powerful individual. And what I want to do, Fam Bam, I want to bless them with some of the music that, you know, so they can hear. See, because when you tell them, they don't hear when you tell them. But when they hear, it's like, damn, that's Nephew Mike. You know, they done heard Jesus is real. They see what
number two on the Christian charts. Shout out to Eminem and Kanye West. Y'all still number 9. But just for the simple fact that the word went forth. I don't care about your celebrity. When you really speak and you're really giving from your heart and you're trying to help somebody and you're really doing it not for the show, not for none of that, God really blessed me, man, and I'm thankful for it. Shout out to Nasty Ness, DJ, original DJ, with, you know, Rap Attack music, all that, man. And it's like, for my song to go from not on the charts at all, on the top 30, now it's went up to number 20. It's the only gospel song on the top from 30 songs. So everything is hip hop. Jesus is real.
Real talk.
It's on the music charts.
Give them a bar of Nephew from Another Life on the all-new platform called The Show. If you didn't know, you're about to know.
Remix! Run Rock Entertainment in the house. It's Linwood City. Nephew and Rockbox, watch this. I used to be the first nigga on the block. It's Linwood on mine since a kid at Big D. Mini marking, begging dimes in the land of no pity. It's Night City up at Linwood Park. Did your school come and get me? I was born in St. Francis. In 68, Dr. Exum tried to spank me, so I shitted in his face. Used to hang at the riverbed, smoking joints with the homies from Virginia Slim. Rest in peace to Titus at the ice cream truck on the Fernwood tracks. Lil niggas learned to squabble, OG stood back. Get a whistle from the donut truck. We gives a fucking if you wanna come and see us, homie, pull up in the front. A nigga free Suge Knight. And Ronnie Bonner used to flip pigeons in the air. Before the drama, rest in peace to the woods gone. Remember Chachi Baby Johnson on Cedar Ave. Kept the city poppin' Linwood.
You know me. We are back here live and living color, doing it like no other on the all-new platform called The Show. If you didn't know, now you know. We got a family member up in the building. That's what it is. We try to squeeze so much into this little hour, man. And when we have, you know, VIPs in the building, we got to get them in. So without further ado, Fam Bam, speak to the people on the all-new platform called The Show, please.
Oh, this is Dawood Shaheed, owner of Man Up Apparel. I believe it's the first social conscious clothing line. That's what I pitch, because my clothing line is about the gun violence and stuff. So my thing is teaching kids and grown men how to solve an issue other than running to go and get a gun.
That's right.
First thing you go and get, right? If I believe, I'm not against guns, but like if a person is not trying to harm you or harm your family members, there's no reason. I don't care what he said about you. There's no reason why the gun play should even come into play, right? Then also teaching people how to communicate, right? When you have an issue, when I have an issue, I don't care who is with. I'm gonna resolve that issue, but it's a way that you do it. You know, you reach out, but And like the gang banging issue is a little bit. It takes another approach, but I'm talking about teaching these kids 10 years old, 9 years old, 12 years old how to approach an issue and solve an issue without the gun. But Man of a Pearl, I got the fist. It don't mean fight. It mean put the guns down. First of all, that's the number one thing. Then be fair, right? I believe 99% of the time when you put the guns down and you communicate, ain't nothing gonna happen. Nothing gonna happen. A real man don't want to put his hands on another man or anyone else. So my thing is teaching the younger generation how to solve an issue. Then also teaching the person that was the offender and probably not even knowing how to receive it, because you know how we are. Hey, I'm Tom. You hurt my feelings or you offended me. We go on the defense. Oh, what you mean, man? So it goes two ways. You have to teach the person also how to receive it. You might not agree, but you have to respect it. That's the thing, because I can't tell a person how to feel and how to be offended and vice versa. So my thing is teaching them kids and adults, grown men too, like, you know what I mean, how to man up. And man up is a universal slang. It means take care of your kids, your woman, your community. If an old person is walking across the street and needs help, if a woman is stranded, just basic things. So
getting back to our roots.
And also, I'm going into sportswear, where I'm designing the football gloves with my logo on the palms, and I'm going to be sponsoring Snoop Dogg League. I haven't told him yet, but I told his people and stuff though. I'm gonna surprise him stuff though. Then also I'm moving to Vegas to get into the fight game, MMA, boxing.
Wow.
But 2 weeks ago, I was in Atlanta for the Revolt Summit.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you about that.
Oh my gosh,
yeah, the Revolt Summit. I saw you.
I didn't. That's the Revolt is Puff Daddy's network, and I'm gonna tell you, all the panel with the speakers was Master P, Gucci Man, Bobby Smurder, Lil Boosie, Big Frida. I mean, it was a host, but the whole weekend was just networking.
Wow.
Just, I mean, you know what I mean? The whole weekend, it was 2 days and stuff though. So I really enjoyed that and stuff. I made good contacts and connections and passed on my card and patches and stuff though. So yeah,
man,
I'm just tired now. So I've been at it, boy.
Bro, I'm just glad. Like
Red
I say,
Boon Coffee.
I know you've been busy. I'm just glad you had time to stop in. When you was like Double G, this is my childhood. For everybody on this, my childhood family right here. We go back to, you know what I'm saying, to junior high school. Real talk. We both actually went to school with Jenny Rivera. So yeah, he's breakdance. Real talk. So
LA Break is original.
Real talk.
Five of us in the room, stuff in Hollywood in '81. Yeah, I was a part of the first wave of hip hop when it first came to LA.
Yeah, real talk.
Breakdancing and stuff. Me and Ice-T used to go out. I used to see him at Pepsi commercials and stuff. One day he had asked me to use my knee pads, and he did a little knee spin on the ground. Listen, I believe that Ice-T is the godfather of hip hop, of West Coast hip hop.
Yeah, he is.
Because he was involved in every aspect of hip hop when it first came. He used to be at the underground spots with the breakdancers. He said breakdance, pop, rap.
The movie Breaking in New York, Ice-T was in that.
Yeah. New York Breaking.
The movie Breaking, Ice-T was in that. That dates back to '81.
Y'all rich in roots and history. Nephew's people is
Howard Scott is my dad. From the group War.
That's right. So and you know what, nephew, you get your singing voice natural. You know, I mean, you could be the hardest individual in the room and sing like you know, like, you know,
I think that comes from my grandfather. Dr. W. Jerome Fisher was a singer. He sang gospel, boy. If he was Teddy Pendergrass, they'd have threw. If he wasn't in church, they'd have threw their drugs. But he was in church, so they couldn't do it.
Man, I'm just blessed to be on some music tracks with you, fam.
But look, I don't mean to take it off. I want to ask a question.
Yeah, what's the question, fam? We got 2 minutes left. What's the question?
Y'all seen this stuff on Jeffrey Dahmer?
No, I'm not watching that stuff.
You didn't watch it?
I ain't watching
I ain't watched it.
I'm not giving him no shine.
Okay, we're not giving him no shine.
Yeah.
But apparently, I've seen where a lot of people have an issue with the Jeffrey Dahmer thing, but because before, you know, after he went to jail and everything, he did some wicked stuff. But after he went to jail, man, he accepted Christ. And it's crazy because people couldn't forgive him. I just want to say for those who had their opinion on the fact that after what Jeffrey Dahmer did, before they killed him or whatever they was going to do with him, he accepted Christ. The thing of it is,
I never knew that.
Imagine. Everybody's like, oh, no. Imagine if God held Jeffrey Dahmer accountable for what he did, and he didn't accept Christ, and he didn't accept him saying, I announced Jesus Christ as my personal Lord and Savior, then what would he have done to me?
Man, real talk. Let's take another commercial break. We can come back and
think about that
and let everybody bless you with their social media before we get up out here on all the platform called The Show. If you didn't know,
hey, you know what I want to do?
It's your boy Double G, all up in the place to be. Chillin'. The world is getting colder. It's getting colder. Man, I just need somebody to help a brother out. Check it. Help. Everybody needs a little bit of help.
It was God that saved my life.
Help. Everybody needs a little bit of help.
God that got me out them streets.
Help. Everybody needs a little bit of help.
God for me when I was locked up in the penitentiary.
Help. Everybody needs a little bit of I'm stressed, depressed with no rest. And the days of my life hasn't always been my best. My money is low and I'm caught in a vicious cycle. Double G breaking down with a tight flow. Life is all about survival.
Real talk. That's my single right there called Help. You can find that streaming on all social media platforms. Before we get up out of here, we want to let our guests share the social medias with you so you can, Google them and then link up and socialize and network. That's what it is. Starting with the Go to Work young lady. How you feeling? Share your social media with us, please.
Absolutely. Go to Work. I'm on all platforms in some form or fashion. So just GODAWORK. You can get me anywhere. Just Google me.
Real talk, Dr. Shaw.
Well, I'm 67 years old, so I don't have none of that stuff. But you can find me on Facebook if you need to. Just look for Fred Shaw Jr. or just go to Work and she'll get it to me.
You know what? Can I get you to share that NAACP information where they could find some of that at?
Well, NAACP, you can just go NAACP.org. We're in the process of revamping. We're getting ready to have new elections, and then we're getting ready to have a whole brand new website and stuff like that with professional voices answering the phone and doing all that. We're going to take it to the next level.
But I'm going to still be the entertainment director.
That's what I'm talking about.
I want to be real quick. This lady right here, we do a lot with Citizens Commission on Human Rights, and we have a task force called the CCHR International Task Force Against Racism and Modern Day Eugenics. And Shell won the Task Force Person of the Year.
Sure did.
And she did a remarkable job. And that's how I met you, through her.
Sure did.
And so she's one of those diligent soldiers that get out here and try to make it so we can all have a better life. So anyway, I just wanted to say that.
It's all good. Nephew Mike, where can I find you, family?
What's up, man? Nephew Michael, you can find me at Nephew Michael on Facebook, Instagram at the bull.124, whatever on Instagram. if you're really looking for me, just pray about it. God will bring you to me. You know, hey man, you got kids. Before you go to a psychologist, bring your kids to me. Because I've been out here in the streets. I understand what it was. I understand what it is. And God using me, man, to really help those that's been walking the walk that I've walked.
Nephew Michael, that's the name. You can just Google Nephew Michael. And the CEO of Man Up Clothing.
The owner and CEO, Man Up Clothing. Man Up on IG, Man Up _apparel 2. And my website is manupapparel2.com.
That's right. You say CEO and owner, Fam Bam?
Owner first.
Owner
I mean,
first.
CEO is just, you know.
That's right. Hey, you heard it.
Owner.
You heard it from the man himself. We appreciate everybody tuning in to the all-new platform called The Show. That's what it is, man. Another networking party. Everybody's a VIP, all up in a place to be. Shout out to my friends, fans, and family. We'll holler back. Peace from the west to the east. Get you.
Hey,
I'm a little boy trapped in a grown man. I was raised by my granny, I'm a strong man. Mama left me out, it's a cold thing. Made me look for a mama in the gangbang. Granny cooking grits with eggs. When I failed, she would pick me up to ease my pain. Only left Maine, Antwerp. Granny did her best work. Moved me to Linwood, and that's when my world turned. Couldn't tell her that her daughter got the sex from me. Couldn't tell her that the drugs got the best of me. Granny put me out at a young age. Molestation and incest, the cold game. Locked up in the feds for many years. Teardrops and tattoos, so many tears. My grandma Norma Fisher came through. Said God is the only one to see me through.